Gloria Bokol didn't score with the bat, but she will be in with the ball. Fiona Kulume, Sarah Walaza, Rachel Achan, and Rita Nyangendo, who the captain believes will do a lot of good work. Dennis Musali, please do take us through the Bujagali Rafters team.
Yeah, it's a double-header day. Double-header day for double-header day today for the Sipi Trekkers, who were on the wrong side of the result in the morning, going down by 7 wickets against the Itanda Kayakers. But they have a chance at redemption in the afternoon when they take on the Bujagali Rafters. The Bujagali Rafters were here in Lugogo watching very keenly the proceedings. No surprises, they are winning the toss and electing to bat first. Konsi Aweko calling the right side and choosing to bat first for her team. The sun is out, clear blue skies. I think they made the right decision for them to go to make sure they put on a total that could challenge the CP Trekkers. Should be an interesting day, of course, for the Bujagali Rafters. They have some big names in that side. Veronica Buga, the biggest of them all, the professional from Kenya, but she's in very good company alongside the likes of Leona Babirie, Naomi Kayondo Bagenda, Immaculate Nakisui, Maria Nyende Kagoya, Evelyn Anyipo, Eunice Kobusinje, Christine Anayo, and the captain of the Victoria Powers herself, Konsi Aweko, will be leading the Bujagali Rafters. Should be an interesting encounter this afternoon. The first game served up a lot of cricket, especially from Proskovia Lako, who got 80 or 57 balls with some big maximums. She was able to go home there with 100K alongside her player of the match award. That 100K sponsored by one of the cricket lovers here, who decided to make sure that every player of the match award will be getting 100K in the ladies edition of the Waterfalls T20 League. We'll be back shortly with the action as the Bujagali Rafters bat first against the Sipi Trekkers.
Umpires are already out there in the middle. It is Sharon Atohula and Olivier Intangishaka. Sharona, one of the fastest rising umpires, female umpires in the region. She is Ugandan. She's got Olivier Intangishaka, the Rwandan umpire, ICC umpire, out there in the middle. Olivier, nice young man, just 26 years old, but going through his ranks quickly. Sipi Trekkers, double-header day for them, already out there in the middle, waiting to see who comes out first for the Bujagali Rafters. Bujagali Rafters captained by the national women's team of Uganda, Konsi Aweko. Walk out. Upon a time, will be crucial, Dennis.
Yeah, very true. I think they were very, very guilty in the first game, Innocent. Like you've mentioned, they put down a lot of chances, especially the person who put them to the sword, Proskovia Lako. And I hope that they've done their homework with their head coach, Lawrence Sematimba, to make sure that the catching in the afternoon is much better than it was in the morning. Those butterfingers really hurt them in the morning game.
Butterfingers, catches win matches, familiar phrases in the game of cricket. You snooze, you lose. Kulume has got work to do up front. That's a jaff of a ball. Janet Nachiranda out there in the middle with Sandra Achao. Achao Dennis, an interesting prospect for the Victoria Pearls. She's done some heavy lifting with the baby Victoria Pearls. We saw her, flashes of brilliance from her during the under-19s in Botswana last year, September. Nachiranda has always been on the fringes.
Really never been given a crack of joining the Victoria Pearls. But Innocent, I don't know if the Bujagali Rafters have done their homework well. They've sent in two players who are really slow out of the blocks. So maybe they want to make up for the numbers later on. Sandra Chow is an accumulator as well as Janet Nachiranda. If I am the Sipi Trekkers, I would make sure I put them under pressure immediately so that that dot ball pressure can get to them.
Sandra Chow then is struggling to find a bat on ball. She needs to put bat on ball. The energy levels of Kevin Awino. Kevin Awino did bat very well. She felt that maybe she's the only player that doesn't belong on the losing side that Sipi Trekkers were in the morning game. 44, missing out on a half century.
I think Kevin will feel undone by because her 44 was on the wrong side of the result. But I think today Proskovia Lako batted out of her skin. She earned that 100K. She gave us a good start for the tournament.
I wish I was a girl, Dennis. Picking 100K in just about 7 matches would do me a lot of good. I would have paid my tuition for the university. First over is done and dusted. It is Sipi against Bujagali. The Sipi Trekkers against the Bujagali Rafters. One without loss after the first over.
Innocent, I would say, I think all of us could do with 100K in this January.
You call it January, I call it January. Because it keeps a lot of people worried and on the check in the back foot. Time to work. Janet Mbabazi noticing that there are slow batters out there in the middle. She brings herself into the attack. Of course, she is without Alumo, Irene, who got injured. That dive left Arumo with a painful shoulder. Wish her well. Rushed off by the medics, taken to the ambulance, and off they went. Janet Mbabazi to Nachilanda. Girls looking sharp, Dennis, in red and blue. It was a green-red affair in the morning. Green rising to the fore. Dot balls galore early on in the innings. The power play, but power plays sometimes don't make you omnivorous. You don't become a hiding batter all of a sudden. Slower and slower from Babazi. Taking pace off the ball and further pace. It'll be interesting to see how many runs the Bujagali Rafters are looking to score. Doesn't carry that one. Rita Nyangendo, big body, right there in the covers. Rita Nyangendo pouncing onto it and stopping it.
Sarah Uwera not very used to being out in the field because she normally takes the gloves for Team Rwanda.
I do believe they have a plan going on. They will share the glove duties with Kevin Awino.
I've never seen Kevin out in the field.
Yes, sir. But that's very right.
The umpire out there in the middle, Olivia Intangishaka, international ICC umpire, all the way from Rwanda, coming to grace this event. Higher profile. There are only big names in this one. That's why Innocent and I are behind the mic.
Dennis, you've done very well to the ICC commentary. The best of the best, the best in the business. It is 2 overs down, 2 runs on board. Dennis, at this rate, they will get 20 runs in 20 overs.
Wise decisions here from the captain. Like I told you, Innocent, I'm thinking that the Bujagali Rafters may pay for sending 2 batters who have the same style. They're very slow out of the blocks. They have some big hitters there. I don't know why Veronica Buga didn't come out and open the batting. She's a big hitter of the ball up the top of the order for the Kenyan ladies. So T20 cricket, you want to go all out immediately. There's no time to waste.
You talk about the big hitters in that team, Dennis. And I tell you, Christine Anayo can hit the ball. I tell you more so, Naomi Bagenda Kayondo is in that side. whatever she's doing, Naomi, she should have come out to open maybe the batting because she plays a couple of shots. But that big name, Dennis, Immaculate Nakisuyu. Immaculate Nakisuyu in the team as well. Work to be done. No shortcuts in this type of game. But one man who will be very happy and smiling at the proceedings that are going on currently, you will know that is Coach Lawrence Matimba of the Sipi Trackers. He will want to get one over his understudy, Lawrence Sempija. The battle of the coaches is also on. Lawrence Sempija, assistant national team captain of the Victoria Pearls, up against his master, the boss, Lawrence Matimba. The battle of the Lawrences. Clean bird, wicket number 1. Fiona Kulume strikes Nachiranda. No answers whatsoever. That was right onto the money. Wicket time. It is 2 for 1. Dennis, no runs on board, and then the wickets are falling away.
I think for now they wouldn't mind that. The Bujagali Rafters, it's not like Janet Nachiranda was troubling any of the fielders. Unfortunately, she has to perish, but they needed to get that run scoring going. She would depart for just 1. The first wicket for the Sipi Trackers. Double-header day for the Sipi Trackers. They lost in the morning to the Itanda Kayakers. Beautiful delivery there from Fiona Kulume. Feet and head nowhere for Janet Nachiranda. And the ball going through her gate. The big gun, Veronica Abuga, should put on a show for us. If Proscovia Alako can hit the ball very far, trust me, Veronica Abuga can match that quality.
It would be nice to see when the two teams do face up. The Abuga Alako show, but for now, you've got to see that Abuga's time is now. We saw Adiambo Vanessa straight away onto off the mark, giving the strike to Achao, businesswoman, business time, and it's a business show. 1 off 1 for Veronica Abuga.
Very right, Innocent, and the Kenyans have shown us the right attitude of playing this game, coming straight off the bus. And not big shot there from Sandra Achao, but she'll get nothing. Goes straight to the captain, Janet Mbabas, who does a good job to keep it off. End of the third, 3 for 1, the Bujagali Rafters.
Twachukula kule Vondara. Kakisika nonta issues. Taxi jango la kubifani wegombeko. Jango la kubulabi mwakoze mwena na jango la beko wegombeko. Jango ige actually jango ige kama nlan mulage ko genda maso bata ekyo kimu 2 3 4 5 6 7 teka musente teka sente wola. Big shot. This is exactly what we were talking about. The big shots of Abuga will come through thick and fast. It's all about boundaries in T20 cricket. You get paid big monies, you come and put on a big show. Veronica Abuga, all your money in the back, do bring it down to Lugogo and watch this talent.
I'm Team Veronica Abuga, and I hope she stays for as long as Proscovia Alako did, because she will put on a batting masterclass. She's used to doing this for the Kenyan team. Easy peasy. Follows up the boundary with a single. Intelligent cricket from Veronica Abuga.
You heard it loud and clear when Vanessa Diambo just stepped off the mash pour aluminium and said, I will make a presence in the team. Played at an awkward number, but she was happy to turn in the mileage. Hit in the air, who wants it? Nobody will catch that. The chase is on from Obukor. Runs start to flow here for the Rafters. Rafters against the Trekkers. Double header day for the Trekkers. Chance for a catch. Catch is taken. Abugas falls. She was looking to go big and tear the cover of the ball. Mbabazi strikes with a slower one. It was a fruitful over. But they're happy to see the back of her. Two quick wickets. Dropped chance. Looked like it was about to carry. Desperate diving effort from Mbabazi. Yields no fruit. That is the end of 4 overs, 11 for 2. With me in the comms box is Marion Malinga. Marion, you were with the captain of the Sipi Trekkers. What did she say about the first game?
Well, she mentioned, they had that game, yeah, but
Yes, Marion, you were telling us about the beautiful stories that you did share with the two captains out there.
Yeah. So like you mentioned, I did speak to Janet Mbabas, the captain of Sipi Trekkers, and she feels like obviously their fielding sold them out in their game against the Itanda Kayakers. So that's something that they're looking to, maybe to perfect in this game. And then of course also the batting. She feels like, and they didn't bat very well. They should have put like maybe 140 kinda. And then she felt like they didn't deal very well with, of course, Proskovia Alako. Something they need to arrest in this game.
Of course, they are Mbabazi on the losing side in the morning game. Did she look like she was hurt by that loss?
She was, but she feels like they have a chance in this game. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't be hurt losing your first game in a tournament? You feel like you should be winning.
And what did she say about the second game? Does she look like they will make a comeback, bounce back strong?
Yeah, if they worked on the few things she mentioned, which is actually the fielding, she feels like they have the material to actually deal with Bujagali Rafters.
Naomi Bagenda Kayondo, the princess of the Uganda kingdom, where we are playing from, is out there in the middle to do hard work for the Rafters. At number 4, she's got ready some quick runs. 2 from 3. It is 15 for 2. Abuga came, went quickly. Achao came and went. I beg your pardon, it was Nachiranda. Achao is still there, but she's struggling, going through a pedestrian knock. Sandra Achao plays for the baby Victoria Pearls. Naomi Bagenda Kayondo plays for the senior team. She is grown into a coaching mentor role. She can earn more mileage here. Fiona Kulume. Chance for a run out. Bagenda Kayondo caught ball watching. Long day for the trekkers. They must trek through the pain barriers. A couple of tired bodies, a couple of them limping, but they've got work to do. Hitting very hard this time around. Naomi Kayondo sets off. She runs very hard. Chance for a second. She won't be coming back, Naomi. Beautiful weather, perfect day. Clear skies, Lugogo looking very beautiful. Marion, the setup. Have you seen Lugogo look in pristine condition like this before?
Yeah, when it happens, we only hope it doesn't. But as of today, we are on a step.
Talking about good days, yes. More and more of the good days need to be coming through. This is just day 1 of day 4. The final happening on Sunday. Do you think these two sides can put on a show and qualify for the Sunday final?
When you look at, obviously games are not won by the mark sheet, but when you look at the players that both teams have, you feel like they have an edge over the Itanda Kayakers. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually make a final, if we watch the two teams in the final on Sunday.
Yes, Marion, do you fancy these two teams making it to the final?
Yeah, as I was telling you, Innocent, when you look at, obviously games are not really won by the names on a team sheet, but when you look at these teams, they seem to have an edge. They seem to have an edge, over the Itanda Kayakers. They have
Big shot over the top.
there.
Fiona Kulume will chase. She won't catch up. The fielding from Vanessa Adiambo. Very good coming round. The Kenyan international, Vanessa. So in other words, you think that
Yeah,
Itanda Kayakas have no chance?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying if I'm to pick the two teams that will reach the final, I think I'd go with the teams that are playing right now, Bujagali, Rafters, and then of course the Sipi Trekkers.
But you know very well, numbers don't lie in any sport. It is the Itanda Kayakas that already have a victory from the opening game, very well captained by the Rwandan skipper Dian Marie Bimenyimana, and they've already picked up victory. And you think they won't make it to the final? Well. Those are Marion Malinga's words, not mine. I will stay on the fence. No early predictions from Innocent Daula. But Marion, what a tournament. Of how much importance do you think it will be for the young girls?
Yeah, I think for me the fact that UCA did put out something, it's like a rule. Each team has to front. Each team has to front a 19-year-old. I think they're looking forward to really developing the talent that we have. And, you know, most of these girls come from sorority. And that is really something to look forward to. And trying to, of course, it's the big guns really versing each other. But the fact that we're including in the under-19 in any team, it really should make for something.
Talking about that, the two teams, all of them here, the format is not very favorable. Both teams, each team has a double-header day. Today was the Sipi Trekkers double-header day. Tomorrow will be the Bujagali Rafters double-header day. And on Saturday, it will be the double-header day for the Itanda Kayakas. Do you think it will leave the players very worn out and tired?
Yeah, you'd love to think so. I mean, games keep coming. And for me, I'm actually really shocked with the kind of fitness they are in. I don't think these girls have trained since they returned from Nairobi, where they won that the invitational tournament in Kenya. I don't think they've been really been training. But the level of fitness really is really amazing, you know.
Interesting. You keep saying about the fitness of the girls. Is the big known their slang is the girls want to have fun, and fun it is they're having. As we wrap up the power play is done and dusted. 6 overs played here in Lugogo. It's 19-2. How many more runs do you think these Bujagali Rafters can set? Power play is done and dusted. Dennis, 19-2. Allow me, we'll come back. Dennis Musali, as Marion takes a break. I will be your solo rider today with the changing partners. Yes, day one of this event, the Waterfalls T20 Elite League. Dennis, brought to you by Rock Telecom, Batball, the broadcast partners, Blink Logistics, Pepsi. Have I missed out anybody else? Ken Bright.
Century Cinema, who are giving out some of the fan engagement. Their tickets to win to go and watch some of the best movies here in Uganda. But that's the leading voice of commentary in Africa, Innocent Daula, who has done a brilliant job today being our lead commentator. And I hope you've enjoyed the action from wherever you are. Salah Walaza having a chance to bowl for the first time today. She didn't get an opportunity in the morning. What happened in the morning for her is that the ball kept following her around. And she never had an opportunity of any of them sticking. But she's a very, very intelligent bowler, Sarah Walaza. Another product from Ginger.
Sarah Walaza starts with one where she takes the pace off and drags it a little too late to see what the batsman is doing. That's trickery from her. Of course, Dennis at 19-2, the Sipi Trekkers won't mind what's happening to Bujagali. If the dam falls, let it fall. After all, the falls are almost non-existent as we speak of now.
Itanda and Bujagali, both located somewhere in Ginger. Swing and a miss there from Sandra Chow.
Bagenda Kayondo doesn't have wheels of speed. She's hesitant to take off, caught ball watching rather than taking off a quick single there.
Yeah, very true, Innocent. There, Naomi Kayondo looking more like a spectator. I don't know if she wants to watch the cricket. Maybe she would come out to the pavilion. But if she's interested in playing, there was a single there. Could easily have been 20-2. The next delivery could make it 19-3.
at 3 runs per over, Dennis, how many more do you envisage these Bujagali Rafters will cost to?
3 runs every over is just 60. But they have some big hitters out there in the dugout. One of them being Immaculate Nakisui. So I think they'll be relying. Ooh. Fiona Kulume with the fielding. Tico down the leg side. Naomi will pick up another single. I think at this rate, the Sipi Trekkers won't mind those singles. Sipi Trekkers taking on the Bujagali Rafters.
The Trekkers, of course, Dennis, the only team lucky to have 2 players from the fallen region in their ranks, Sarah Uwera and Vanessa Adiambo. Hit over the top, chance for a catch. The catch is taken. No fly zone. Muted celebrations from the fielders there. Just a few high fives. Rita Nyangendo takes the simplest of catches. 21 for 3. Kayondo Bagenda stays there rooted as Achao departs and walking into bat. Dennis at number 5 with his team in some sorts of trouble is arguably the best batting exploit in Africa. Imagine Nakisui. Take no stripes so far.
Yeah, there's no better moment for her to come in and bat. I think the stage is set for Immaculate Nakisui to try and put on a show for her team.
Both of them, Dennis, out there in the middle batting for the Rafters. 2 former national captains of Uganda. Imi Nachisui, the immediate past captain, replaced by Konsi Aweko. And Naomi Bagenda Kayondo had a time as the captain of the Victoria Pearls back in the day when they were still called the Lady Cricket Cranes. Time to work for the 2. No runs on the board for them. And here is Sarah Walaza to Nakisui. She starts with a slow one, dipping in on Nakisui, denies her pace. It is the end of over number 7. The game is moving on very quickly. The scoreboard is not looking very good. It's 21 for 3. A little fist pump from the 2, Bagenda and Nakisui. Dennis, what could they be saying?
Yeah, I think they must be thinking about which bowler they should take on. Maybe that bowling change is something that could help get a spring in their batting, because Janet Mbabazi and Fiona Kulume, who started off for the Sipi Trekkers, were very, very tidy. They gave away nothing, just 21 in 7 overs. That is unlike T20 cricket. So they need to find something. And these 2 are very, very experienced campaigners, Naomi and Imin. Rachel Achan, the young girl, given the ball from the Ginger Road end. Not Rachel Achan, my apologies. That is Patricia Timong.
Timong will be facing experienced players. What can Bagenda Kayondo, the princess, do? That one darting away from her. She tries to play a late cut shot. cheeky from her, no connection. Timon will look to go through overs quickly here because that's what the captain desires. That is a good shot of intent from Naomi Bagenda. Diving effort there. Shot mid-wicket. Is that a chance, Dennis?
Difficult chance not taken. It had gone to a good fielder, Janet Mbabazi. She put in a dive, just never held on to it. Patricia Timong, youngster, given an opportunity to bowl at some quality batters. So the pressure is on her to make sure she comes up with the right kind of goods. Otherwise, she might be taken to the cleaners.
Good straight cover drive from Nakisui, but it meets the big palms of Rita Nyangendo. End of the over here. 7 done, Dennis. The run rate beggars belief. 3 runs every over. 21 for 3. Wickets have fallen. Runs have been stifled. What do you do if you're playing for Bujagali Rafters? How do you get out of these rapids in the waterfalls?
I think that, I don't know if it would be the right word to say that the tide is very high today. The Bujagali Rafters, Innocent, I haven't been to the Bujagali, but I think I've been to the Bujagali for a school trip. But I think if the falls are not very happy, it's very difficult for the Rafters to use them. Might be that is what is happening right now. Another tickle down the leg side. They will pick up a single. Kevin Awino with the cleanup. The 1s and 2s won't hurt the Sipi Trekkers. So they are happy to give away those as long as the boundaries are not coming for the Bujagali Rafters.
Early days, Dennis. In the morning game, the 100-run mark was met by both teams. You set 128 in a T20 women's game and you lose. It tells you of how much quality is in the building. That is the Waterfalls T20.
Clearly, the standard has been set 129, not enough in the morning. The Bujagali will make sure that they will have to make sure that they put on a very big total. Arms stretched there by the umpire, Sharon Atola.
Talking about standards and the victory margin, it was a 7-wicket win for Habib Mugalula's Itandakayakas, captained by Diane Maribi Menyemana from Rwanda, and that big bat of Proskovia Lako, 80 from 57, not out. 5 sixes, Dennis Musali. What an innings from the young lady.
I told you, Innocent, that she earned her 100K, 80 or 57 balls, but an entertaining 80 runs. She might have been put down a couple of times, but luck only favors the brave. She rode her luck and made sure that her team costs victory. The Itanda Kayakas, their double-header day will be on tomorrow. They have now set the pace and the tone for the tournament.
Tough things, tough timing. Here, never have I before seen a match with Nakisui play out 7 deliveries and yet to get off the mark, Dennis. It's all happening here. And if you're with a friend following the stream on Bat Ball TV, all on the YouTube channel for Uganda Cricket Association, tell a friend to come down to Lugogo and catch this exciting action. looking to steal a run. No window of theft being given by the Sipi Trackers. Young Patricia Timong right onto it, denying Nakisui a run. Walaza again. Walaza cannot do any wrong. Is this the Walaza of the past, Dennis? Walaza cannot do any wrong. Selene Sarah. Iminachisui says, I have seen enough of all this. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get off the mark with the boundary. It's taken her some timing and some time, but she gets her first runs with the boundary to end the over. She has 4 of 9 balls. It's 9 overs done. It is 28 for 3, and Sarah Waraza's spell is 1 for 9 of 3.
A good shot there for Naomi again, but for nothing. Straight to the fielder. Good fielding from the captain, Janet Mbabazi.
Janet Mbabazi matured very well into a true all-rounder, Dennis. Having set out as a bowler, she wanted to become a batsman. Over the last year, since the down of COVID, she's batted and bowled more. Super shot from Naomi Kayondo, going for a huge risk shot. Only 1 run, Dennis, from such a beautiful, huge risk shot. High risk intentions for little gains.
Yeah, big risk, little reward. Just picks up a single, went across the line, but straight to Sarah Waraza. Much better fielding this afternoon from the Sipi Trackers. They mean business. And the captain has backed her youngster, Patricia Timong, who has been tidy so far, yet she's bowling to 2 quality players.
It's touch and go for Iminachi Sui and Naomi Bagenda Kayondo.
Pass on there in your image, Rita Nyangendo. But she did so well, picked up the ball cleanly with her left.
Almost getting herself in lots of trouble there. Survives a sudden stamping. Patricia Timong. This over is done and dusted. The 30 finally comes up, Dennis. 30 in 10. We've seen teams rise from the ruins of slow starts, Dennis.
I think at least they've been consistent. You have to give it up to them. Moving at a run rate of just 3 runs every over. Maybe something is going to happen in the last 10. For them to get 130, they will need to score at least 10 runs every over. From here on, Naomi Kayondo and Immaculate Natsui, I think, have warmed up enough. 26 balls between the two of them. It's time to start launching some big ones.
You say they've been consistent, Dennis, and I feel the word consistency has been abused. Some things and some English words like consistency were made to mean good things. You don't be consistent with bad performances.
The same way we misuse the word boss here in Uganda. Everyone is a boss, from your border guy to your mobile money guy. Everyone is a boss, but probably is just trying to put respect in someone's hustle. Sarah Walaza will continue from the Shell Road end.
Big shout. Celebration is on. Clean balled. The big wicket of Imagine Nakisui is prized out by guess who? Sarah Walaza, who's bowled impeccable lines all afternoon long. Look at those figures of Sarah Walaza, Dennis. You could pay $1 million to get those figures into your statistics if you're a bowler anywhere in the world. 2 for 9 in 3.1 overs.
Yeah, 2 for 9. Brilliant delivery there from Sarah Walaza. And you can see Immaculate Nakisui dropping ahead, very disappointed in herself. Tried to go for a big drive, but the ball going through her gate. And the departure of Immaculate Nakisui could be the end of most of the batting for the Bujagali Rafters.
Konsi Aweko, the captain. Konsi Aweko, the captain, Dennis, is in to do a lot of heavy lifting. You don't have to be lifting here small vehicles like Subarus and Imprezas and Toyotas. Heavy lifting, we're talking about Sinotracs now, because the big Sinotrac of Bujagali Rafters has fallen into the folds there. They need to do a lot of heavy lifting to get them out of trouble. The devil that is the Sipi Trekkers is in detail and leaves them a lot of work to do. Here is Walaza. Where was she in the morning? Single tickled off there. Aye. $31 for 4. Number 6 walks in. It's the captain herself, Konsi Aweko. Here is Walaza to Bagenda. Bagenda clips that one very hard off her legs. Konsi Aweko says, I can run. And she chips in a dive. The skipper survives, fighting and dying for her team. You need to die a little for your team and put your body on the line is what she does.
Yeah, I think the captain knows that she has to get the job. Someone has to get the job done. Someone has to put their hand up. And she's willing to do that. 32 for 4 is abysmal as of now. And they will need to work very, very hard. The Bujagali Rafters, if they are going to overcome the Sipi Trekkers.
Shambles, like one of our fellow colleagues likes to say in the comms box, Andrew Leonard. The Bujagali Rafters are a shambles currently. Big hit from Konsi. Does she pierce through the covers? No ways. There's a good fielding effort from that pair, the experienced pair, over Rita Nyangendo and Janet Mbabazi. Good shot there. Shot of Inter Dennis. Mid wicket will fetch 4 runs. That's a very good ball to end things up here. Sarah Walaza's spell ends at 2 for 16. 2 for 16. Score is 37 for 4 after 11. First innings. If you just tuned in, just know that it is the Sipi Trackers that won the toss and elected to have a ball. Good shot there. Konse Aweko, the skipper, is giving her dugout something to smile about. Since she walked in Dennis, the runs have started flowing. You can see even Bagenda got into double figures. Renewed passion is what they are playing with. You don't want to slack a little too behind on day one. And you've got to feel for the Sipi Trackers who are playing their double-header day. If you lose your double-header day, the 2 matches, you find yourself in a spot of bother where you have to do a lot of heavy lifting.
That's a challenge about double-header days, Innocent. Once you lose 2, you're virtually out of it. Once you lose 2, you're virtually out of it. So the CP are making sure. Another good shot there from Konsi Aweko, the captain. Konsi, no rabbit with the bat. Very well known for her bowling. She was the highest wicket taker in women's cricket internationally last year, picking up 40 scalps. But today she has to come out and do the work with the bat. And so far, she's started to move the score nicely. Good uppercut. Runs away for 4.
Her 2 boundaries, she's played the same shot. Young Timong gets words of advice from the skipper. Says, come on, bring it back straight in the middle. You can do better than that, Timong. I know your abilities are played with you. Let's do it right. Let's get it right. Because Timong does play with her skipper in the same club, the Sorority Challengers.
Yeah, and that's very good to see there, Innocent. You saw Janet Mbabazi just giving her a tap on the back to reassure her of her ability. She had done well just before this over. Maybe Immaculate and Naomi were very cautious against her. But at least she had done well to start off.
No chance to run, says Aweko, asks her mate, another former captain of the side, Bagenda, to stay put. Of course, Aweko is the latest boss. We saw Nakisui playing with Bagenda, 2 former captains of the Victoria Pearls. Captain affair here because it's the elite league. The Rwandan captain is in town. On the fielding team, you can see Mbabazi, a mainstay vice captain of the Victoria Pearls. That is Bagenda for you with a big flick of her pads. But you look around this park, Dennis, and you see that fielding at a short fine leg is another former captain of the Rwandan side, Sarah Uwera, the keeper batter.
A lot of leadership in the Bujagali Rafters side. Two former captains and the current captain for the Victoria Pearls. They're in safe hands. But it's also a good experience for the young ones who are playing with the bigger girls. There are a lot of things to learn from them. And we saw Diane batting so well in the morning. Picked up 2 wickets and scored 17 runs. She put in a very good shift. 47 for 4 after 13. The run rate now trying to climb up. 3.97. It has been consistent at just 3 runs every over. But since the arrival of Konsi Aweko, she has put some impetus in the batting. At least she's got 11 of 6 balls. Naomi, 13 of 21.
Stefan Don Nampina is new in the attack. She's here to continue to tighten when you squeeze, you strangle and stifle the runs flow. You don't want to let go. More spin. No ball. Of course, Stephanie Nampina there. Dennis, freshly graduated from Chamago University in accounting and some business management. She'd like to do some tough trading. There was a stamping of the last ball, which was a no ball. Bagenda is still there. She survives. It is a Konsa Weko doing the business. 11 from 6. Bagenda on 38 from 28. Big dance down. Achan Rachel, one of the fastest rising prospects from Soroti, in the mix. They need runs on board here. They don't know how many runs will be enough. Some flight, a big miss. The stamping is not a pinpoint accurate. She survives. Achan Rachel. Very well struck. Behind square. And finally, she picks a wicket. Rachel Achan strikes. Now Mebagendas get to take the long walk back to the hut. She'll have some quick words there with her skipper before she walks off. There's a lot of work to be done by the Bujagali Rafters, Dennis. They are in all over the place and nowhere when it comes to scoring runs.
Yeah, I don't understand it there for the Bujagali Rafters. Naomi Kayondo, you thought that she would be able to consolidate for her team. She had been there for quite some time. Going this time across the line, misses everything and gets bowled by Rachel Achan. The Sipi Trekkers doing no wrong this afternoon. They've done the hard work, and I think it's up to them now. Straight on delivery, wicket-to-wicket stuff. Naomi going across the line and gets bowled completely. Evelyn Anyipo, the new batter for the Bujagali Rafters.
Evelyn Anyipo, normally seen as a person who comes in to do a lot of slogging at the back end of an innings. She's got work to do. She must play a repairing innings knock. Starts with one, edges it. No run. Good show in the field. It's the elite league. As a batter, Dennis, you don't think because you're a senior batter you're going to walk out there and muscle everything to the boundary. You're playing against some of the best bowlers in the region. Chance for a run out. And she's gone with the wind. Konsia Weko. Good athletic fielding. Evelyn Anyipo is not happy with herself. She's run out her captain. The call was on, but the run wasn't there. From a moment where we had seen the runs going up, the run rate, the scoring run rate, is fallen back down to where it was. Konsa Weko, solid knock. She scored, only person to score at more than 100%. She falls, and this is Namiro. Namiro Mary. That's a run out chance. Keeper Awino putting in everything she had to make sure she completes it.
Yeah, top quality work there from Kevin Awino. Collecting the ball and then wiping off the bails. But I don't know what the Bujagali Rafters are up to this afternoon, because the person who was scoring the runs has now been run out. Evelyn Anyipo has to score runs for two people right now.
They say cricket is a game of two halves, Dennis. But from the first half we're seeing from the Rafters, looks like they'll have to double their efforts. If this was school, would have been a report card with the words, pull up your socks, or see me.
And you'd assume that the team that is fresh in the afternoon is the one that will come out guns blazing. But it seems the lunch did some magic for the Sipi Trekkers, who did no wrong in the morning, apart from come up against a very quality player.
That's down the wicket and stamped.
Easy work there for Kevin Awino behind the stumps.
Look away if you are Kevin. I beg your pardon. If you are Evelyn Anyipo's fan, look away very, very fast. Because that was a good glove work from Kevin Awino. And the smiles on the Don's face. She's bored like the Don all day long.
Because I'm a Kevin Awino fan, I'll watch the replay again. Dragged out of her crease, Evelyn Anyipo was going nowhere. Easy stampings for Kevin. Oof, beautiful stuff there from Kevin Awino.
She gave her no second thought.
I could do that with my eyes closed, innocent.
You look around the park and you see the smiles. Mbabas is happy. She believes that her team have done the heavy lifting in the first innings that gives them a chance to dream. That girl who's made that shot famous on the global scene, shot 100, left arm orthodox, Sarah Akiteng, one of the top bowlers all over the world in associate cricket the previous year, 2022. There's something brewing in Sarah Akiteng's world, and that something could be very, very special.
Yeah, Sarah Akiteng made her debut for the Victoria Powers last year, 2020, but ever since she started playing international cricket, she took to international cricket like a coin in a slot. Everything has been going her way.
No ball again there. The ball going out of the Don's hand very quickly. No control whatsoever with that one. It's a free hit. Let's see how Akiteng tackles the free hit. A chance to free her arms. That's a good one in the zone. No bat on it whatsoever. When the Don lands it in the right areas, set tuck away. That's why it is important for whoever is coaching her to continue believing in her abilities and to give her the ball. There was a time last year and the previous year that she had stopped bowling and only playing as a batter. But everybody knows her skill levels and she can be able to do the job. Running round to stop that one. Obukor is the one that is cleaning up at the boundary.
I think Innocent was just a confidence thing. As long as the Dawn is confident, she's a dangerous character. So for her, she just needed to have that confidence that she can really get that ball out of her hand very well. She will bowl 2 bad balls, but I can guarantee you her 4 good balls will get you 4 wickets.
She's that type of bowler, Dennis. Like you said, Shen Wan, every ball delivery she bowls is like a wicket ball. It has everyone else interested, especially if you're in the fielding team. Nyangendo is quick to give it her back. Wides it will be. The Bujagali Rafters will take the runs any way they come.
Yeah, whichever way they come. I think they will need that Bujagali to help them do some run scoring. Because for now, things are not going well here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval for them. Hope Akiteng and Mary Namiro.
End of the 15th, 52 for 7.
Rachel Achan, given the quality of the morning game, Innocent, the afternoon one has been really, you would say, more or less of a pill.
Of course, Achan and Nampina's 2 overs have gone for 4 runs. Achan's 3 overs have gone for 4 runs. She has a wicket that is smoked over the infield. She runs through for a quick one. Akiteng. The run rate 3.5. You shudder to think. Big shot there. Hit over the top. The chase is on from Vanessa Adiambo, the Kenyan international. She runs, picks up, turns and throws back to Rachel Achan. The rules, Dennis, in this tournament, every team must play an under-19 player in their playing 11 at any particular time. It tells you that the future is being looked after. That is Namiro for you, giving it a full face. Does it get over the boundary? Yes, it does. Beautiful runs for the Trackers. Beg your pardon, beautiful runs for the Rafters. They need those runs, as many as they can come, as the tail end doing the work.
Yeah, Namiro borrowing some. Innocent, Mary Namiro borrowing some words from 50 Cent. She would die trying, because at least for her, she's trying to move, trying to force the issue. 59 for 7 after 16 overs.
Time is running out. Time waits for no man.
If somehow the Bujagali Rafters can get anywhere close to the 100-run mark, we could have an interesting game.
You speak about 100, Dennis. I am thinking of just 80 runs. In my books, 80 runs, 4 runs per over is a defendable target. Means you can look at the bowling prowess in the Bujagali Rafters side. Look at Imagine Nakisui. She's going to turn over her arm and slow down things. Konsi Aweko never bowled a shabby spell all her life. Misfield from the younger Rachel Achan. Quick to apologize to the rest of her teammates.
Yeah, Patricia Timong guilty of letting one go through her legs. I never like players who apologize, because we're not here for the apologies.
One of the coaches kept saying, save the sorries for your mother.
And I'm sure the captain there won't be happy, Janet Mbabazi. They're trying to make sure they keep the runs as low as possible. Don't give away any freebies.
More hits, more runs. Janet Mbabazi being taken on by tailenders here.
The tail is wagging for the Bujagali Rafters. Back-to-back runs there for Sarah Kiteng.
Some fight left in the stomachs of these Bujagali Rafters.
Yeah, Sarah Kiteng, one of the bowlers, so I'm sure she's trying to make sure she has enough, just enough to bowl too.
That's exactly what I was telling you. You look at the spinning abilities of the Rafters. I had forgotten to mention about Sarah Kiteng's left arm orthodox. With some finger spin to come from Imagine Nakisui. Some office from Konsi Aweko. Being appealed. Nothing will be given to you. Small fan base also outside there rooting for her.
Yeah, I think the guys who came from Soroti are rooting for each other. That 100K, if it's earned by your friend, you could be in business tonight. So
Instead of feeding off a Rolex, you eat some chips and mayai.
instead of Rolex, at least it could be streetwise too for tonight when they go to have dinner. Janet Mbabas might be the captain of this team, Innocent, but I don't know if it was a good decision for her to bring herself into the attack. Maybe she should have continued some of her slow bowlers. Good shot there from Mary Namiro. Another one from the Ginger contingent. The live stream broadcast brought to you by the Podgal Group in partnership with Batball and Rocky Telecom.
Done. 17 done. 69 for 7. Janet Mbabazi's 4 overs have disappeared for 22. She picked up just the odd wicket. She bowled much better in the morning, but because Akiteng and Namiro have taken her on late in the innings, another 18 balls left. Here's the Don, Stefan Nampina. Big hit, who wants it? Who will catch that? Doesn't carry, come through for 1 run. It's Mary Namiro, Dennis. She's batting like not a tail-ender.
I told you Mary Namiro borrowing the words of 50 Cent, get rich or die trying. So at least she's making sure she's going to die trying rather than just looking on.
She has a strike rate that is the envy of many senior batters in her side today. One of those senior batters to mention, but if you Imi Nakisui,
I think she has done well to just to make sure that she's trying to take the game to the Sipi Trekkers.
70 is up, Dennis. For me, there's 3 wickets. I believe they can get the 10 runs to the fight. For you want them to move closer to the 90s. Running very hard is Achiteg. The throw is direct from Vanessa Adiambo. Chance for a second. Akiteng and Namiro look at each other and opt out of coming through for the second. But finally, another comedy of errors in the middle gives them another second run.
Comical stuff there. Kevin Awino should have done better. Very high standards for her, but letting that ball go through. They pick up a second one, a lucky second. They are slowly but surely dragging themselves closer to their 100-run mark. And especially with the tail that's wagging Mary Namiro and Sarah Kiteng, putting on a partnership of sorts.
Hit through the gaps. The chase is on. Chasing it in pairs. Obukor and Nyangendo find themselves, Dennis, the 2 healthiest players in the Sipi Trekkers team find themselves in the same region, and the chasing is quite a sight. Good fielding there.
This time Akiteng doesn't find the gap.
Big wild slog. No connection on it whatsoever, but what?
That will be the end of the 18th over. 75 for 7. The Bujagali Rafters.
75 for 7. Tells you of how much the two batters have dug deep and fought. They came together, Dennis, when the score is just 49 in the 15th over. The partnership between the two batters worth 26 runs. You can't ask any better from your tailenders.
Yeah, the biggest partnership coming at the back end of the innings for the Bujagali Rafters. There were no contributions from the top. Fiona Kulume will take the ball from the Shell Road end.
Work is work, Dennis, and work must be worked. The two have worked, but here is Kulume to do more work for her team. That's a nice little beautiful cut shot from Mary Namiro. It's Mary Namiro's world. Tunoteka wakati.
Goes again Mary Namiro, but this time doesn't get the height and the distance over Janet Babazu. Takes a simple catch. That will be the end of her cameo, 12 of 13. But I think the Bujagali Rafters will take that. She did well with Sarah Akiteng to move that score quickly. 79 for 8, the Bujagali Rafters. The new batter is Kevin Amuge for the Bujagali Rafters. See the replay again. Good ball there from Fiona Kulume. No distance, neither was there height over Janet Mbabazi. It takes a very simple catch. Saraki Teng there struggling and the physio coming out to help her. She needs some help. 79 for 8 is where we are. Innocent is looking for only 80 runs because that Bujagali team has some spinners who can turn webs around the batters. So he's sure 80 could be enough for the Bujagali Rafters.
Then he says, talking about 84 per over gives you some sort of confidence. If you have bowling power like what the Bujagali Rafters do have, Sarah Kiteng, who's still there batting, and she's given herself something to bowl to. She got 15 runs, Dennis, so she can play around an extra 15 runs as a bowler. But it's 8 down, 79 on board.
I think things are looking much better now. 80 will give us a chance.
For me, I believe the way...
Could give us a very good game. Not just a chance, but a very good game.
For me, I believe the way the teams were set up, Dennis, Bujagali Rafters don't have a lot of batting, but the armory they have with the bowling is one to die for. That new batter who's just walked in, Kevin Amuge, Dennis, she's got an in-swing as sharp as one Richard Okia did have in his heyday when he first walked into the senior national team.
Kevin Amuge, another sibling, sister to Rachel Achan and Joyce Mary Apio. How many more can they get from here? Not so many delivers left in the match.
But Dennis, a quick resemblance there with her elder sister talking about sharp in-swings. Joyce Mary Apio too did have one sharp one as well. Here is Kulume to Amuge. Good shot from Amuge. The chase is on from young Rachel Achan. Patricia Timong, I beg your pardon.
Given out there by Sharon Athwola. LBW, Fiona Kulume picking her 4th wicket. 4 for 13, she will finish in her quarter of 4. The Bujagali Rafters now 81 for 9. Kevin Amuge just scoring 2 runs of 2 balls.
Last wicket coming through.
Plump LBW from that replay. Very good decision from the umpire, Shalom Atwola. 81 for 9, the Bujagali Rafters. Maria Nyende Kagoya, the last batter for Bujagali Rafters.
Not many times in the world, Dennis, have you seen wicket keepers walking to bat at number 11. Things that are made in Uganda.
Totally unbelievable.
Maria Nyende Kagoya.
That a wicket keeper is coming out to bat at number 11.
Have you ever batted at number 11 as a wicket keeper, Dennis?
Hell to the big no.
Work to be done. It's Akiteng on strike. Timong with the ball. Three overs have gone for 12 runs. She can wrap it up here now.
It's match day number 1 of the Waterfalls T20 League, the ladies edition. Match day number 2, we'll see the Itanda Kayakers with a double header. They will take on Bujagali in the morning and Sipi in the afternoon. Today was a double header day for Sipi Trekkers. They lost by 7 wickets in the morning to Itanda Kayakers. In the afternoon, they started so well, but they've given quite a couple of runs to the tail. And Bujagali has managed to find its way to 81 for the loss of 9 wickets. 81 could be tricky given the bowling lineup that the Bujagali Trekkers have. The Bujagali Rafters. Wait and see how that goes. But for now, Patricia Timong is dotting the 20th over. No runs scored so far in the 20th over. Some shot of intent there from Sarah Kiteng, but she's struggling. Players like Sarah Kiteng, not very easy for them to get here. They had to take a night bus from Soroti and only arrived in Kampala early morning. The final ball for the first innings between these two teams.
Let's see what specialist keeper Maria Nyende Kagoya. A niece to one of the best umpires in Uganda, nice to see umpire, Simon Chintu. She hits it hard with intent, but no run whatsoever because the big palms latch onto it from Rita Nyangendo. It is the end of the first innings. 82 for 9 is what the Bujagali Rafters get. We should be able to come back shortly after the innings break with the chase of the Sipi Trekkers, who must do the long trek to their first victory on their double-header day. We are back. We are back for the second innings. Match the number 1 of the Waterfalls T20 Elite League for the women. It is the battle between Bujagali Rafters and Sipi Trekkers. The Sipi Trekkers have done the heavy lifting in the first innings, restricting the Rafters to just 82 runs. They need 83 for victory at 4 per over. First over here, Evelyn Anyipo, full of life. Time to work. Anyipo coming through to ball to Mbabazi and Awino. It's Awino on strike first up. The name of the game is runs for the Sipi Trekkers. The name of the game is wickets and stifling of the runs flow. For the Bujagali Rafters, they have a very good bowling unit. But all that will not count for anything if they can't defend or chase down in quick time. No run so far from the first over being bowled here by Evelyn Anyipo. Some lively pace, hitting the right areas. She's got work to do. She knows she must work hard for her team. It's just 4 overs for her and she can go away. She can keep things a little quiet. Another one right on the money. Awino must hold fort. It is end of the first. A maiden over to start things up here for Bujagali Rafters. Sipi Trekkers 0 for 0 after 1. Dennis will come back in the comms box. Second innings already underway. 80 was the psychological total because I did believe that they have a bowling unit to squeeze and tighten things for them with 80 runs on board. And Nyipo starts with the maiden. They're playing to the script.
Very true, Innocent. You said you don't love money, but I can see you giving it away already. So far, the match going to script. No runs in the first over. Konsi Aweko, the captain of the Victoria Pals, taking the ball from the Ginger Road end. Very, very strong bowling lineup that the Bujagali Rafters have. They have at least 16 quality overs because there is Sarah Akiteng to bowl, Konsi Aweko, Evelyn Anyipo, all very, very tidy bowlers. So it's going to be quite an uphill task for the Sipi Trekkers for them to overcome this total. And I think in that image, that's Gloria Obukol, not Janet Mbabazi. Maybe we'll see some changes there being made.
straying away from her pads. Obukor gets off the mark. Right on the money.
Like Innocent told you, do not go anywhere. These small totals can be very, very tricky.
Kevin Awino gets a finest of edges onto it. She's racing ahead to the boundary. Sarah Kitenge chases. Sarah Kitenge puts in a good effort. And the umpires convinced it's 4. There's no indication from her whatsoever. I don't think there will be any either. From Olivier Ntangishaka, the 26-year-old.
Yeah, but Kevin Awino there unhappy with her partner Gloria Obukol. There was a chance for a third. Gloria not very interested in it.
Three without loss. A couple of runs, but not coming from the middle of the bat. Dennis playing with their edges. Ah, what a fantastic effort there. At short, fine leg. Right on the money from Konsi Aweko, the national skipper, the captain of the Victoria Pearls, showing money's worth, where she's the leader of the ship. Touch and go for the two. Two overs done and dusted. 4 runs on board. Anyipo is back and she starts exactly where she left off with a dot ball, looking to be more accurate. Cut very hard, chance for a run out. Where are they going? Maria Nyende Kagoya putting in the shift and a half there, working overtime.
I mean, she batted number 11. This is the only job she has to do today.
One job.
Uppercut. Whoa!
Almost taken the head of her. Sarah Akiteng.
Sarah Kiteng nearly taking a blind of a catch. Doesn't have the opportunity to take it on the second chance. Good uppercut there from Kevin Awino. But nearly, Sarah Kiteng nearly taking a blind of a catch. Super sport moments being missed here by the girls.
Struggling for catches.
YouTube moments, not super sport.
Struggling here for runs, Dennis. We saw how runs were flowing in the first match. this match has been one where people have batted like they're moving in heavy trucks.
Looks like, ooh, what a pitch of a delivery there from Evelyn Anyipo. Evelyn Anyipo and her partner, new bowling partner for the Victoria.
Like I was saying earlier, the name of the game is wickets for the Rafters. The name of the game for the Trekkers is runs. Low scoring games are eye candy for me any day, anytime.
Goes through the infield, the first boundary for the Sipi Trekkers comes off the wheel of Gloria Obukol. Very good hit there. Naomi Kayondo putting in a dive but in vain. Runs away for 4.
Aweko is back. She starts with a wild delivery. Umpire is happy to indicate wide. Olivier Ntangishaka from Rwanda, an International Cricket Council umpire, standing in this one. Not many times will you see Consi ball wides. Hit very hard, throw the gap. That will race away for 4. Look at the chase from Nachiranda Janet.
I think she was only trying to impress the coach because clearly goal was going to the ball. She could only earn silver. Another half tracker. Easy pickings for Kevin Awino. The runs starting to come for the Sipi Trekkers. The Bujagali Rafters will need to tidy up because they are leaking runs. Sipi Trekkers finally make
runs here being leaked in Konsi. Aweko is over. On the board, 16 in 3.3. The required run rate is 4. They're moving at 4. Been lucky to get some quick runs in the last couple of overs. Good little crowd coming out here, Dennis. Thursday, you envisage that there will be many more fans coming through. Again, they set off, chance for a run out. Awino taking on the arm of Kagoya Nyende.
I think innocent people are hungry for cricket. Not just any cricket, but some very good quality cricket. And this elite league is an opportunity for people to watch the best players competing among themselves. It's very good stuff here to see. Well done to Uganda Cricket Association who made sure this happens. And of course to the various home boards, Rwanda and Kenya, who have been able to send their players to come over. This week, the ladies getting this elite league off. But next week, the big boys will be in town as they compete for the men's edition.
Not only just Uganda Cricket Association, Dennis, but the partners that are in the good books of Ugandan cricket. You know, if you're as a Christian as I am, in the holy books it is said there's more blessing in giving than in receiving. You've got to give a shout out to the partners of Ugandan cricket, Dennis. Blink Logistics, Plascon, Color Your World, Bat Ball, Cricket for All, Ken Bright, Cinemax Century, all these guys, Pepsi. Hit up in the air, who wants it? Naturanda wants it. She holds on for dear life and takes the catch. Wicked time.
Kevin Awino would depart. She got 44 in the morning. This time she doesn't get enough. Janet Naturanda with the catch. Innocent, you've forgotten someone who's making this live stream possible. Live, Work, Rocky Telecom, and Batball, who have been good partners in ensuring that everyone, even those that are at home, can be able to follow the action here from the Lugogo Cricket Oval.
Because that's a good pace from the ball. Rushed onto her. Naturanda held on, then it's for dear life. I tell you, you look at the replay again there, and you see Naturanda's catch. Look like she wears the face of a woman relieved.
Yeah, I think she had misjudged the catch. It looked like it was going over her head. But somehow she manages to hold on. Sarah Uwera from Rwanda comes out to bat for the Sipi Trekkers. Didn't get many in the morning game. She must be looking at making amends this afternoon.
The pros on show, Dennis, must live to the expectation. Dien Marie Bimenyimana featured prominently in her team's victory. If it weren't for Proskovia Lako's flashing blade, she could have prized away that play of the match. Sarah Uwera, former captain of Rwanda, the wicket keeper of Rwanda, here to earn her keep for the Sipi Trekkers. Second time lucky for her. Can she make it count? Some pace from Kevin Amuge. Amuge coming into their side, coming into the attack and rising to the occasion. She helps Evelyn Anyipo get a breather after a good spell that Anyipo bowled. Anyipo, 2 overs, Dennis, for 5 runs, including a maiden. She takes a deserved break. Konsaweko's 2 overs have gone for 14, a little more expensive than I expect from her. But Kevin Amuge comes through, and already she is looking like she's bowling thunderbolts. Hit it up in the air there. Sarah Uwera struggling to get the ball off square. Dismissed for nothing in the morning. She'll want to sleep with some runs. Otherwise, she'll get nightmares from that pillow.
I know you could easily go through a 4-day tournament without any runs. That trip back to Kigali could be very long.
On the aluminium.
And not so many runs in the match, so you can really take your time without hurting the team. Make it worthwhile for you, but we know the quality that she has and the class. Sometimes when you go out there in the middle, things are a bit different.
More pace from Kevin Amuge. She's bowling interesting lines here. The shots that Sarah Wera is playing, are keeping the Rafters interested. They know they are a wicket away, but she keeps playing and missing. The one that will find her bat could be an edge to the keeper's gloves. Fully blooded straight drive from Sarah Wera, but straight to the hands of the captain of the Rafters, Konsi Aweko. Too many overs to be played here, but you don't want to leave it a little too late in a low-scoring game. 19 for 1 after 5. Beautiful pictures here, Dennis, brought to you by Bujagali Group, making Lugogo look like a poor man's lords. From one spinning option to another, Konsi Aweko takes a break and she paves way for the exciting left-hander, Sarah Akiteng from the Ginger Road end.
Yeah, I've really liked the captaincy of Konsi Aweko. Not fearing to take risks instead of keeping herself into the attack. She brings another experienced campaigner to take the ball from the Ginger Road end. Sarah Akiteng is very, very dangerous.
Little dance down the wicket. Obokoro sets off, but the pickup from Aweko is not as sharp as would have loved to see it. Bujagali Rafters who want to sleep with victory in their bag. The Sipi Trackers want to sleep with the victory in their bag. The Itanda Kayakers know they have one in the bag, but it's their double-header day tomorrow and they need to do a lot of more hard work. So there's no holding back for any of the three sides in the fray.
Yeah, I think between the two sides, the Sipi Trackers will be the most desperate side because after losing the morning game, they don't want to be on the wrong end of the result this afternoon.
Sarah Akiteng a little too rusty there, struggling with lines and lengths.
A loss this afternoon will virtually knock them out of the final on Sunday. So you want to make sure that you stay in the running.
Drive straight to Aweko. She throws it to the keeper. Sarah stays on 0. Zero of 6 deliveries, Dennis. Little touch and go. Sarah decides to run. All her effort. Finally off the mark in the tournament for Sarah Wera, Dennis.
Monkey off her shoulder. She must be very relieved. More extras from Sarah Akiteng straying down the leg side.
This is what is going to betray them today. Will be the extras for all their bowling prowess. If they continue giving extras like they're doing now, they'll leave it wondering what could have been. You don't want to sleep second guessing or pondering what could have been. Hit very hard. Misfield from Konsi Aweko, chance for a second. Sarah Wera will come back for the second. She runs quickly between the wickets, working hard for her side. Not here to make numbers, Dennis. Akiteng. Big appeal. She won't get anything from Olivine Tangishaka. It's a nothing appeal. End of the power play. 26 for 1. More runs in this over only because Sarah Kiteng bowled 3 wide. She went for 7 runs, but 3 of them were wide. And she even had 3 dot balls in the over. Required run rate for the Sipi Trackers, who are itching to get off the mark in the tournament and stay alive, is 4 runs every over. The Elite League then is everything you've ever dreamt of. Big nip there. Sarah Uwera must take the long walk back to the heart because Kevin Amuge is bowling with some venom. Sharp delivery there, finding the edge of Sarah Uwera, who has been caught playing a little too early in her shots. Former captain Veranda. The walk back to the heart. Exactly what the doctor ordered for. Kevin Amuge strikes.
Sarah Uwera, unfortunately, has to walk 1 of only 8 balls. Seems like she was taken out of her misery. Kevin Amuge, the youngster from the under 19 team, with a pitch of a delivery. Prodding outside of stump, giving Maria Nyende Kagoya a simple catch. Kevin Amuge relieved. Can see that in that celebration. 26 for 2. The Sipi Trackers, their captain Janet Mbabazi will join Gloria Obukol out in the middle. In your image there, Veronica Abuga from Kenya only arrived this morning, but her and Vanessa are deciding to go out there and play immediately. They told the tournament organizers they're not here for a holiday or a nap. They've come here to mean business. They know people back in Kenya are following the action here.
That's a good shot of intent there from the skipper, Janet Mbabazi, walking into bat at number 4. Her team needs quick runs, and she's a very good with the bat because she always likes to score her runs quickly. 27 for 2, 4 per over needed. It will get very interesting and exciting, Dennis. Amuge conceding her first runs on the 9th ball she bowled. Big swing, big miss from Obukor, who's playing better than she played in the morning.
9 of 11 tells you of how many she didn't get so many in the morning. Takes off quickly, but good pick up there. Ooh.
Do they want a second? No, they won't be taking the risks because Naturanda offers very good backup there.
Some very good fielding there from Veronica Abuga. Nearly had Gloria Obukol out of her ground. She decided to take off immediately after hitting the ball. Was nearly in all sorts of trouble.
No run. They won't be taking on the arm of Immaculate Nakisi. Good over from Amuge. She gets a high five from Imi. It's the end of the 7th. 28 for 2. They stay with a run rate, Dennis, of 4 per over. and they need another 4.2 per over to win. It's getting exciting and interesting.
Sarah Kiteng will continue from the Ginger Road end. No pace in the deliveries here from Sarah Kiteng. Frustration from Gloria Obukol. (31 for 2). Taking their time, the Sipi Trackers. Hesitation there between the two. Gloria Obukol was sleeping on her butt. Didn't look like she was interested in the single. The Waterfalls T20 Women's Edition started today, Innocent, but will run through up to on Sunday with the final game. 2 games every day apart from Sunday when there's only one, which will be the final. That final will start in the afternoon. But a sizable number of people have come out to watch the game. It's very good stuff to see here for the game.
Couple of national team players right there in new frame, wearing a white shirt with a snapback hat is Henry Osinde. Once upon a time a national player for Uganda. He went on to play 2 World Cups with Canada. A legend of sorts. You can't take that away from him.
Not of sorts, a legend in the true, spelled in capital letters. A legend,
true legend.
Not
in
a,
every
just
sense
a,
of the word.
Not just a legend of Ugandan cricket, but also Busoga College Mweri, where I started, where I learned the game.
I knew that was coming.
You forgot an important note. 32 for 2 after 8. 51 from 12 overs is the requirement. Sounds very easy, but can become an impossible task. Kevin Amuge is in the mode. He has picked 2 wickets for 2 runs in her 2 overs.
Hit very hard, hit very straight. That is 4 runs. Chase from the fielder at the boundary there. She pitched up in the zone. No second guessing. Janet Mbabazi throws the kitchen sink at it.
Yeah, help yourself ball in there from Kevin Amuge. Janet Mbabazi doing the rest for the quality and class that she has. That's too easy for her. She's carrying on her good form from 2022. Last year was a coming of sorts for Janet Mbabazi Innocent. She came of age, took responsibility as a senior player, and scored a lot of runs for the Victoria Powers wherever they played.
Not just a lot of runs, Dennis, but she also bowled many overs, won many games for her country with the ball. And if you all know that she's part of the leadership group of the cricket of the Victoria Pearls.
2 MVP awards for her as well. One in Nepal in the series that was won by Uganda, and another last in December in the win in Nairobi, Kenya.
She also, big year for her, Dennis, she also got voted as one of the 3 players for Player of the Year in September across the world.
Misfield there from Janet Nachira, and letting the ball go through her and runs away for 4. If you didn't score so many runs, I don't think you can afford that type of fielding. Back of a length from Kevin Amuge. I think she has realized that Janet is very strong, especially if the ball is close to her body. .42 for 2 after 8.5 overs. Very good running between the wickets from Gloria and Janet. 43 for 2 after 9 overs. The Sipi Trekkers searching for their first win. They lost by 7 wickets in the morning. On their double-header day, they need to make sure that they stay in contention of being one of the teams that will be in the final. So therefore, they will need this win to keep them interested in the rest of the tournament. The Waterfalls T20 tournament women's edition will run started today, and the action will continue up to until Sunday with the final. Changing the bowling, Immaculate Nakiso, you will take the ball from the Ginger Road end. Starts off with the dot ball, Immaculate. Now spotting some nice shades, Immaculate. Marina Miro there with the fielding. Agriculture across the line from Janet Mbabazi. Evelyn Anyipo clumsy, but she has a very good arm that nearly took out Maria Nyende. touch and go, but they will get through safely. They trust their feet, Gloria Obukol and Janet Mbabazi. Janet Mbabazi has been very brave. Has 15 of 11 balls. Gloria Obukol is getting stuck in 13 of 18. Close to the halfway stage. 45 for 2. Chance. Immaculate Nakisui stuck out a hand. Difficult chance. Just didn't stick for her. Completely missed it. Mary Namilo again taking a lot of her time. Abuga Veronica, my apologies, not Mary Namilo. An easy 3. They need to catch their breath. Janet Mbabazi and Gloria Bukol. Wasn't easy running. Given out. Janet Mbabazi running like a headless chicken. Gives away a free wicket. There was no run there. Ball went straight to Kevin Amuge, who had the simplest of things to do, just putting a throw to the wicketkeeper. Maria Nyende wiping off the bells. The third wicket falling for the Sipi Rafters, who are now 49 for 3. Really a gift of a wicket there from Janet Mbabazi. There was nothing in that. But unfortunately running like a headless chicken and finding herself stranded down the wicket. She was sent back by Gloria Obukol, who wasn't interested in the run. Stephanie Nampina will join Gloria Obukol out in the middle.
Was a tidy over there from Imagine Nakisui. Six runs coming from it, but there's a run out wicket. And these are the small things, the small mistakes that you do that leave you ruining a missed chance, because then from on there, you could see things turn around, wickets tumble over and around, and they leave you in trouble chasing the game again, because what they had done, the two, Obukora and Mbabazi, they had reduced the required run rate from 4 to 3.4, because Mbabazi getting stats in both games and not converting. She got a quick 20 in the morning game. She's got a quick 16 here. She falls. In the morning, it was Kevin Awino that carried on, in respect of the fact that they didn't win. Now it's Obukoro that is still holding fort, carrying her bat. But here is Anyipo. Aweko is looking for wickets. Hit very hard. Chance for a run out. Amuge Kevin being supported on here by a bandwagon of Soroti's finest cricketers.
Gloria Obukol was sent back by Stephanie Nampina. But I think there was she could have made that ground. Kevin Amuge was off balance when she made the collection. There is no point in holding back, which is very good captaincy here from Konsi Aweko. Bringing back Evelyn Anyipo, her prime bowler, into the attack.
Cut very well. just the 50 is up for the Sipi Trekkers.
Small matter of only 33 runs required.
Touch and go. Nobody will be taking on the arm over Amuge, Kevin. Anyipo on it. Full-blooded straight drive down the ground. Off the mark things for the Don. Don loves to hit the ball around. She's one of those players that has never failed to convert when the ball is it's a loose delivery. Hit up and above. Chance for a catch. Konsa Weko doesn't commit. A dive on her belly in the front. Would have had everybody interested, because all they need is the wickets.
Exactly. They are creating the opportunities but not taking them. For a captain like Konsi who understands the assignment, I thought she'd be more committed in that. Try and dive forward. You just never know what could happen. We've seen Frank Nsubuga take a brilliant catch on this particular ground. What a beautiful shot.
Power from the Dawn, playing like the boss. Beautiful flick off her legs. Hit straight to her heart. Because if the Rafters don't convert, there's chances, Dennis, and allow the Trekkers to play out the overs. Only one team will be taking victory today, and that team will be the Trekkers.
Yeah, very true. Beautiful, classy shot there from Stephanie Nampina. Good wipe off her pads. Eleven overs gone, 56 for 3. Thick outside edge, and will have the legs to go all the way. Sarah Kiteng will only escort it to the boundary. More runs. They are now coming nice and easy for the Sipi Trekkers. Gloria Obukol into the 20s, 22 of 23. Not a bad ball there from Imi. Gloria just swinging at it. She gets a thick outside edge and runs away for 4. Day 1. What do you make of day 1, Innocent? Have you been impressed by the girls?
Day 1 has been super sweet, Dennis. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Day 1 is coming to an end, but the cricket we've seen on day 1, not too much rust. Seen the style from the girls, the cricket played. They put in an effort and a half, and they can only get better from this.
The only way is up, surely, Innocent, like you've said. Day 2 must be much better. We saw Alako hitting a lot of sixes, 4 of them mighty ones. 5 mighty sixes in the first game. This has been a bit of a slow one. Now only 21 more runs required for the win. But then again, the display from the girls brilliant. The best players competing amongst themselves. There are 3 sides in this tournament. The Sipi Rafters, the Sipi Trekkers, the Bujagali Rafters, and the Uganda Kayakers. The 3 franchise teams in this particular tournament.
Dreams do come true, Dennis, so they say. But who would have ever thought that dreams would have come true, especially for Uganda to host an elite league with 3 teams players from Uganda dominating this one, of course, but the quality in Uganda's ranks now is the envy of many other African nations.
Yeah, very true. Immaculate Natsui, they are disappointed in herself. And the runs are coming off her best friend, Stephanie Nampina. I don't know how they will go back home later on, but they are now competing for different sides. And Stephanie showing no mercy for her very, very good friend.
I believe for me, this is the way it should be done. I've seen Nampina face. I've seen Imi face Nampina, and she's hit her all over the park. And Dawn is not shy to tell everybody in the world that her role model is Imi. So two close friends. We saw the similar thing happen when Alako took on Nampina, another close friend. So here, friendship stays on the sidelines. There's no love lost in the middle.
Proper business time. They are earning bucks for different teams. And there's a reward of at least 100K for every player of the match, courtesy of one of the cricket lovers, Mr. Suleiman, who's been able to offer at least a reward of 100K for every player of the match award that will be given out in the ladies edition of the Elite League. It will be an end of the 12th over, 70 for 3. The end is clearly now very near. Only 13 more runs required.
The end is nigh. .62 is the what Sipi Trekkers need in terms of required run rate. It is their double header day. They lost the first one. They could do with victory here. The Rafters have their double header day on Saturday. This loss will be a very good wake-up call for them, because tomorrow they only have one match. It will be a must-win affair for them. Konsi Aweko, the skipper, is back to ball.
Like you've said, Innocent, you snooze, you lose. So each team has to make sure that if you want to be in the final on Sunday, if you're losing, maybe lose marginally, but make sure you also pick up a number of wins.
Sharon Atuhula then is standing in here. This will do well, and a world of good for her confidence as a young umpire. Lawrence Sempija will not be particularly happy. I know he's a tough competitor as a coach. The fans, Dennis, have come in through different walks of life, in different colors. Hard through the covers. The diving effort is a disparate one. 4 runs to the total. Make that 76. Morning game. Was a 7-wicket win. Interesting. Janet Mbabas will be the happy of the two captains. You can look at that dugout there. She's already packing her bag. She knows the job is half done.
One run every over. From here on, we'll get Sipi Trackers over the line. But I don't think the girls will want to wait that long.
76 for 3. A run and over. But Kevin Amuge has bowled very well, Dennis, tonight. 2 for 13 in 3 overs with a maiden. She had figures of 2 for 2 in 2. Her last over, the third one, going for 11 runs, very costly. Here is Kevin Amuge from the Ginger Road end. Little touch and go from Obukor Dennis, who's played a beautiful innings here. 24 from 28. Powered onto the onside. Konsaweko sport in 2 minds. I know what type of field to set. She's saving the ones and the boundaries, Dennis.
I think she has run out of ideas. Surely, with only 6 more runs required, there's so little you can do. We saw Proskovia Lako finishing it off with a big shot.
Natural the runs round, comes back through. Tough running. A timid display from a team that is full of talent, Dennis. 2 former captains are the current captain of the national side. You feel that the Rafters must do better. The fans, Dennis, from different walks of life, here to catch the beautiful game. After all, it's a girls' day out and the girls want to have fun.
It's good to see, really. Thursday, working day, but a couple of people have come out to watch the cricket. Hopefully that Sunday, when we come down for the final day, there will be a lot more fans coming out to support the teams and the girls. Gloria Obukol now and Stephanie Nampina taking a stroll to the finishing line. Only 2 more runs are required for the win.
Evelyn Anyipo with the ball with just a run needed. That's a wide, and that will be it. Game, set, and match. It's the extras that win it. For the Sipi Trackers, Obukor carrying her bat with Nampina, 21 and 28. 2 for 19 in 4. Anyipo, no wicket today. Rafters welcomed into the tournament with victory. They lose the one against the Sipi Trackers. The Trackers wading the waters away, further and away. That is it. Dennis, what do you make of the match as you wrap it up?
Afternoon game, not as exciting as the morning game, but nonetheless, I think the Sipi Trackers won't mind the result. They will take the victory. 7-wicket win for them. That means that they end the day, their double-header day, at least with a win. They lost by 7 wickets in the morning, but they pick up a victory in the afternoon. Gloria Obukol carrying her bat and ensuring the victory. Irina Luma wasn't involved in the afternoon because of an injury, but 7-wicket win it is for the Sipi Trackers. For the Bujagali Rafters, they'll need to bounce back early morning tomorrow when they'll be taking on the Itanda Kayakers to make sure that they stay alive in the competition by picking up a victory. Konsi Yaweko and her team, Lawrence Sempija, will need to make sure that they do some homework this evening because there's no time for licking their wounds. They'll have to come back tomorrow morning. Those are some of the highlights from today's game. Kevin Awino starting us off with some beautiful runs, but a very, very entertaining clash. Not as exciting as the morning one because there were not so many runs in it, but nonetheless, they take the victory, the Sipi Trackers, by 7 wickets. As you enjoy the highlights, we'll come back to you with a post-match presentation from Marion.
Ella, 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 Ella. Check mic, check mic, check mic. Well, it's yet another post-match presentation. This time it's, of course, for our second game that Sipi Trek has won by 7 wickets. Uh, well, I will first start interview with our losing captain, Kwansi Aweko. Kwansi, hard luck. Yeah. What do you make of the game?
It was a good game with batting, but I believe it was a good game.
You having the two national team captains, yourself a national team captain, do you think maybe you should have done better?
I can't lie because we've already played the game, but we are learning because we have 3 more games. So each game gives you another opportunity to see where you went wrong or how you can adjust in the following games that are coming up. But I believe all the players did their best.
But indeed, particular game, where do you think you went? You went wrong.
We set a few runs on board. We set a few runs on board.
What do you intend tomorrow as you get back to
The batters have to do their role because those runs were few for that team that set 128 in the morning. So if you set for them, that's like a walk to the park. Tomorrow and see that.
tomorrow?
Thank you.
Our winning captain, Janet Mbawaze. Wow, you lost the first game. What did you do better in this one? Yeah.
I think, like I mentioned earlier, in the first game we lost. We didn't take our chances, and in the afternoon game we managed to, take most of our chances. We took the catches that we needed to take, and I think we just improved on the little things that we didn't do right in the morning game.
Obviously, Fiona Kulume had 4 wickets in there, and then Stephanie Nampima had 21 as the best batter. Where do you think generally you won the game from?
I think with the bowling, we managed to restrict them to a score that we knew we could come and chase. Anything 100 or below 100, we thought we believe was a defendable score for us. So I think we won the game in the fielding.
In the fielding. Or what did the coach tell you, like after that loss?
The first game is done. We just take the positives from the morning game and build with that in afternoon game.
Congratulations to you. Wish you all the best tomorrow. Yeah, and of course, next is our player of the match, Stephanie Nampima. She's she scored 21 of 12 balls, and of course had 4 boundaries in there. Well, to present the award to her is the legend, Ugandan legend, Henry Osinde. Yes.
Congratulations. Well done. Wish you all the best for top.
Well done. Just a word. Please, take us through your game. Just hold. Let's face the camera. Take us through your game.
It wasn't an easy game, but you had to win it because you are best.
Just a bit higher.
It wasn't an easy game, but we had to win it because we wanted it, and we had to win because we had lost the first game. So
Well, congratulations to you. Stephanie Nampima with the player of the match award. Well, today we saw 2 winners, Sipi Trekkers, and then of course the first game winners that are in Tanda Kayakers. Well, tomorrow we have 2 more games. Till tomorrow, see ya.